All right, everybody, so in the last video, we built out the kind of template, or skeleton, whatever you want to call it, of our project. And if you look at the finished project and our current state, you can start seeing where things go. Now, as promised, we're going to start putting in our form elements, which would be the input and the buttons here. So let's hop back over to Aptana. And let's start up here in the form area. And what we're missing first is we need a form tag, and we're going to wrap that around these two columns. So right underneath the row div here, form. Go ahead and take this closing tag and bring it down here. You can go ahead and tab these out. So now let's go ahead and put in our input field here. So take this text out, do an input tag, and we're going to give it a class. And this is for Bootstrap so that it styles it like a Bootstrap input field. Let's call it form control. And we'll go ahead and give it the placeholder attribute. Placeholder equals enter new task name dot. Go ahead and save that. Let's go ahead and take a look. There's our field. Now you'll start noticing soon here when we put the form elements in, I'm actually using a different Bootstrap theme on the final project here. So our elements are going to look just a little different. I wanted to do that so we could just build it out basic, and then if you wanted to reskin it or add a pre-made theme, you can do that later. Okay, so we have our input. Now we need to make a button, and this button's going to submit the form. So we'll do a button tag. For the label, for now, we're going to wait to put in the font awesome stuff, and I'll show you why later, but instead of an icon, just hit start. And we need to give it a type, and this is a submit button, so it's going to, this is a submit button, and we'll give it a class of btn for button. This tells Bootstrap we want it to be a Bootstrap button. And do btn-block. This is what will make the button span across the whole column instead of just being the size of whatever's inside of it. And then lastly, we're going to give it kind of a theme, and we're going to use one of the built-in themes, so button success. We should make this green. So we'll go ahead and save this. Refresh. There you go. There's our start button, which you see by default refreshes the page like a normal form would. Because in a normal form, when you hit a submit button, it's going to refresh and send the data to the page. What we're going to do is use JavaScript a little bit later to prevent it from doing what it normally does and do some AJAX instead. All right, let's hop back. We've got a couple extra buttons to create, so let's scroll down here to our data row here, and we'll take this button text out, replace it with an actual button tag, and we'll call this one stop. We'll give it a class btn, and this one I'm going to have be like a bluish color, which in the Bootstrap theme is btn primary. And let's go ahead and just delete button here, that text down there. Let's go ahead and copy this, and let's paste it in here. And instead of primary for this button, which is going to be the delete or remove button, give this the danger theme, which is red. And we'll just make it the X character. Save that. Take a look, and there we go. Now, in the final project, you'll see that we've styled this a little more, and we'll get into that a little bit later to make these buttons smaller. But this is a good start. We have all our controls in now.